Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about basic input and output and data types in Java. The details for today's lesson is first variable and data types. We will learn how to create variables, what the difference between each data types, and next we will learn about arithmetic operator, how we add a number, how we multiply it, and other things. Next, we will learn about how to write an output from your program to the screen, and then we will learn about basic input, how we write something into the program so the program can process it, and then we will learn about comments, how to give some notes in your code. So next we will learn by creating a case about a company which need some programs. So we will create that program and we will learn about basic input and output and data types while creating the program. So the case is a tech startup company want to create a program to calculate overtime wage they need to pay to their employee, and the requirements for the program are as follows. Program will ask employee name and overtime hours. So the program will need to uh, ask the user for the employee name and how much overtime the employee has, and then the program will calculate if an employee have overtime hours. For each overtime hours, the employee will get $10, and then in the end the program will show how much overtime wage the company needs to pay to their employee. And then this is the screenshot of the program will probably look like this. So this is the first line. The green one is what we input. So yeah, so we need to input the employee name here, and then we input the overtime hours here, and then the program will calculate and tell us the overtime wage paid to the employee name for the total on how much dollars. So we will create the program, and please open up your Eclipse or whatever IDE you use and create a new project, file new Java project, and set the project name as session2 and finish. After that, open the project and create a new class and name it main program, and check this public static void main, so the main program will be the entry point of our application. Okay, so here we are. In the editor you can see that there is some generated code in here, like this one. This is called a single line comment. So if you write a double slash in front of some text, it will turn into a single line comment. So you can leave a note here, a single line note, if you want to remember something from your code. And then in the top you can see this one is a multi-line comment. So you just need to write slash and asterisk and close it with this asterisk and slash. So whatever between these two multi-line comments will be commented. So the comment will not be run in the program, so you can just leave your note there. Okay, so we will proceed to the case. As you can see, first we need to output this one, this please input employee name. This one will be written from the program, and to do that we need to write system dot out dot println, and we fill what we want to write inside these brackets. So we want to write please input employee name, please input employee name. So right now let's just try our program to make sure that this one is already written from the program. So to run your program, just press Ctrl and F11, and then you see in the bottom there is a console and the text is already showing here, please input employee name. Okay, after that we need to input this name, the employee name, and save it into the program. So before we ask the user for the input, first we need to create something to hold our data. So how do we save our data? What we need is a variable. Variable is like memory, so you can save your data there. You can save numbers, letter, and many things to the variable. And how do we create a variable? Okay, let's see. We need to save the employee name. The employee name is a letter. So if you want to save data that was some letters, you need to use string. String is the data types. So if anyone asks you about the data types, string is one of them. And next we need to give a name to the variable. Let's name it employee name. So if we write like this, it means we want to create a variable with the name employee name, and the type of the variable is string. Okay, and then let's see, the next thing we want is to input the hours, the overtime hours. The overtime hours is a number. If you want to save a number in the variable, you need to use integer. Let's call this one hours. So we already have two variables to hold our employee name and his overtime hours. And then the next thing, if we want to ask the user for input, we need to create an object of scanner. So just type scanner and use the autocomplete. Just press Ctrl and space, and if you notice there is this line that writes automatically. So we create an object of the scanner and we give name to the object. Let's name it input. So input is an object of the scanner class. This is similar to the variable, but the difference is scanner is a class, not a data type. Okay, next we just need to instantiate the object. Just use new scanner, and inside the bracket use system.in. So with if you want to ask input from the user, you need to create the scanner object. And after we create the object, if we want to ask the user for the employee name, we just need to do this: employee name equals input dot next. So if you use input dot next, it will ask the user for input and will store the input to the employee name. But if you see, there is other thing from next line, other functions. So you see there is input.next and there is input.next line and input.next in float, double, and other things. So what's the difference? If you just use input.next, the input from your user will only save for one word. I mean, if the user input, let's say William Henry, if we use input.next, the data that will be stored in employee name is just William, so the Henry will be gone. So how if we want to get the user input until the end of line? Just use the next line function, so it will get the user input until the end of the line. Okay, so we already get the employee name. We already make the program ask for employee name, and then let's make let's write this employee name we input to the program. So we want to make sure that what we input to the program is already saved in this variable. So just use system.out.println and type the variable name, the employee name, and just run the program. Okay, please input employee name. Let's type something. Let's type William Henry. Yes, perfect. So what we input here, what we type here, already saved into the employee name and written by the program in here in William Henry. So our input is already success, so we just need to continue to the next input. Okay, the next input is the overtime hours, so it's the same. Just use system.out.println and type please input employee overtime in hours. So the next thing we need to do is to store the hour, which is a number, inside this variable. So we will do similar thing like this one. Okay, just type the variable we want to save the data to equals input dot. As you can see, we want to ask user for number, so we use input dot next integer. So after this, what we type into the program in here will be saved in the hours. Okay, next, after we get both the input, the employee name and the hours, we just need to write the how much the company will pay the employee. So just system dot out dot println, let's say overtime wage, overtime wage, and after that we need to print the employee name. So we need to type like this: paid to Mr. or Mrs. and use this character. And if you want to write a variable to the output inside this string in here, you need to first close the string using the double quotes, and then use a plus sign, and then add the variable you want to write, like this, employee name. And then if you want to add something after the employee name, just use a plus and open a new string using double quotes. Okay, next we want to write the amount of overtime wage that this employee gets. So just use system.out.println total will be dollar sign plus the case said that every overtime hours he or she work, the employee will get $10. So we need to multiply the $10 with the hours of the employee overtime. So just type 10, the overtime wage per hour, times, use asterisk, times the hours, and don't forget to use the brackets. So in this line, the 10 multiplied by hours will be calculated first before they write this line, this string. Okay, so we just need to run the program. Use Ctrl F11 and OK. Let's input the employee name, William Henry, and the overtime. Let's input 2, and then it will show up the overtime wage paid to Mr. or Mrs. William Henry, and the total is $20 because 2 times 10 is 20. Okay, so the program is done. It works exactly as the company wants, as the case wants. So I will explain some more about what we need to learn today. So first, for the variable there is string and integer in this program, but actually there is a lot more. Maybe you see long data type, which means long integer. So the long integer is have far bigger maximum numbers that it can hold. So there is long, and then you can see short, which is less numbers than integer, and then you can see some char, which means characters. If string is combination of some letters, char is a single letter, used to store a single letter. And then after that you can find boolean, which holds only true and false. And then there is maybe some others, So this is the basic data types you need to know. I'll just comment this. Okay, and next, after the data types, after the data types, this is the template. If you want to create a variable, you just need to type the data type first, data types or class. So basically, if you want to create an object from a class or a variable of data types, it is the same. So the data types or class, and then type a space, and you need to type the name of object or variable. Don't forget the semicolon at the end. So this is the template if you want to create a variable or object. And then if you see here in the scanner, in the input object of scanner, you can see equals new scanner. In the brackets there is system.in. So this is like an initialization of the object. So if we just write it like this, for example, scanner input and semicolon, the input is only an object of the scanner, but it is not initialized, so it is not created. It's just an empty object. So with this equals new scanner system.in, the input will has something in the object. So this one was used to initialize the input, so we can use the input like this, input the next line and other things. Okay, and then after that, about the basic input, basic output, and the comments, all is okay. Let's see what else we get. Oh, arithmetic operator. So as you can see, we already use this, the multiply operator. Other than multiply operator, there is other operator like plus for addition, minus for subtraction, slash for division, and if you see, there will be a percent. This one, it used to more as a modulo. So if you want to get what is left if 5 is divided by 2, you can use modulo. And then there is other things like increment, double plus, decrement, double minus, and other things. So the arithmetic operator is basically there is so much operator. So sometimes you can use the operators in like plus for numbers and for string like this. But for string we can use the minus, the division, or the asterisk for multiply. So some operators can be used for other data types, some is specific for one data types. Okay, so that is all for this lesson. Thank you.